but when you read through the indictment, they say that there's not just one victim. They say there's multiple victims here today. And what I heard described was they said they have 50 witnesses or victims.
In a jaw-dropping twist nobody saw coming, Sean Diddy Combs' legal battle just took a nuclear turn. And it's all because of shocking tapes linked to the late Aaron Carter that just exploded across the internet. These tapes, rumored to expose unsettling truths about Diddy's connection to Aaron's tragic passing in November 2022, have turned the courtroom and the world upside down. While the full contents are still under wraps, whispers about what's inside these recordings have sent Diddy's team into full-on panic mode. And when Diddy's high-profile attorney, Mark Agnifilo, stormed out of the courtroom after the tapes surfaced, it only fueled even more fire to the growing media frenzy. Before we dive into these game-changing tapes, we have to rewind and remember Aaron Carter's troubled journey, because it paints a haunting picture of what might really have happened. Aaron wasn't just a teen sensation who dropped bangers like Aaron's Party back in the late 90s. He was the golden boy of bubblegum pop. But under the spotlight's blinding glare, Aaron was quietly battling personal demons. Demons that fame only made worse. Addiction struggles, mental health battles, rocky family relationships. Aaron wore it all on his sleeve, painfully honest with fans who watched him stumble, rise, and stumble again. On November 5th, 2022, Aaron was found unresponsive in his bathtub at his California home. The official word? Accidental drowning. But for anyone who had followed Aaron's cries for help, that answer didn't sit right. And when whispers began linking powerful music figures, including Diddy, to Aaron's final days, the internet erupted with questions. It was around that time that the tapes started surfacing, and everything changed. Sources close to Aaron claim these recordings contained audio and video where Aaron opened up about behind-the-scenes manipulation in the music world, naming names and voicing chilling fears for his safety. And among the names, Diddy stood out like a flashing red light. Although the tapes haven't been made public yet, insiders swear they reveal Aaron's raw, emotional confessions about feeling cornered, about trying to break free from toxic influences, and about powerful forces he believed were working against him. Most haunting of all, Aaron reportedly said that if anything happened to him, he wanted these tapes released. When that revelation hit the news, it sent shivers down the spines of fans and industry insiders alike. The dark side of fame, the exploitation, the pressure, the behind-the-scenes puppet masters, suddenly didn't feel like wild conspiracy theories anymore. They felt chillingly real. And now, with these tapes officially introduced into Diddy's ongoing legal battles, the walls seem to be closing in fast. Inside the courtroom, things spiraled into chaos when Diddy's lawyer, Mark Agnifilo, found out the tapes were being admitted as evidence. Eyewitnesses say Agnifilo was visibly rattled. Heated arguments erupted between him, the judge, and the opposing counsel. At one point, Agnifilo even questioned the relevance of the tapes, furious that they were being allowed into the case. But when it became clear the tapes were staying, Agnifilo hit his breaking point. He stormed out of the courtroom. No explanation, no goodbye, just raw anger and panic. Right there in front of reporters, cameras, and stunned onlookers. The internet went into overdrive. Speculation soared. If Diddy's own lawyer can't handle what's on those tapes, what do they actually reveal? And more importantly, could this be the beginning of the end for Diddy? Let's not forget, Agnifilo isn't some rookie attorney. He's represented major figures in controversial, high-profile cases before. The fact that he, a seasoned pro, lost his composure like that, it speaks volumes. Meanwhile, even more troubling allegations about Diddy started swirling. The entertainment world has always buzzed with rumors about how much power certain figures allegedly wield behind the scenes, and how far they'll go to protect their empire. In Diddy's case, some even question whether he's been linked, however indirectly, to other tragedies within the industry. Aaron Carter, heartbreakingly, had spent his last years trying to cut ties with toxic relationships. He openly feared for his safety, repeatedly suggesting that powerful individuals were working against him. Now, with the tapes shining a harsh light on these fears, many believe Aaron wasn't just crying for help. He was trying to expose something much, much bigger. And as the investigation into Carter's death heats up, Diddy's every move is under a microscope. Public sentiment is shifting fast. What was once a whisper network of conspiracy theories is now a roaring demand for accountability. But this isn't just about Diddy. This whole explosive scandal has ripped the curtain wide open on the entertainment industry itself, exposing how young stars are sometimes used, discarded, and silenced when they step out of line. Aaron Carter's story has become a tragic symbol of a much larger, much uglier system. And if these tapes say even half of what insiders claim they do, Diddy's legal team isn't just fighting a courtroom battle anymore. They're fighting for Diddy's entire legacy. And right now, it's not looking good. The courtroom chaos wasn't just a bad look. It was a sign that bigger trouble was brewing for Diddy. Because after the tapes surfaced and his lawyers stormed out, the floodgates opened. Insiders started whispering about other allegations tied to Diddy, rumors that have haunted him for years, now roaring back louder than ever. Talk of manipulation, coercion, and disturbing patterns that too many young artists in the industry have experienced but been too scared to voice. And let's be real, Diddy's name has been floated in connection to multiple industry scandals for a long time now. From the tragic loss of Kim Porter, the mother of his children, to whispers surrounding the sudden ends of other major talents. None of it has ever fully gone away. People are starting to connect the dots, and the picture they're painting, it's not pretty. The Aaron Carter tapes, heartbreaking and chilling as they are, have reopened wounds that the entertainment world has tried to pretend didn't exist. Aaron wasn't just battling addiction. He was battling a system that used him up, discarded him, and made him feel disposable when he tried to stand up for himself. The most haunting part? Sources close to Aaron say he was actively trying to get away from powerful influences he believed were controlling him. He wanted out. He wanted freedom. But just as he started speaking louder, just as he hinted that he had the receipts to expose it all, he was gone. It's a nightmare that feels all too familiar for fans who have seen other young stars spiral under the weight of an industry built on image, profit, and power. Now, with Diddy's actions under even harsher scrutiny, the bigger question looms. How many more Aaron Carters are out there? Unheard, unseen, still trapped? This isn't just Diddy's personal crisis anymore. It's the entertainment industry's reckoning. For decades, young artists have been pushed into contracts they didn't understand, groomed to play roles that made others rich, and punished when they dared to rebel. Aaron Carter's tragic journey, from the bright-eyed boy singing about candy to a young man crying out for help, is the ultimate cautionary tale. And as more information trickles out about what's actually on those tapes, public opinion is shifting in real time. The idea that Diddy could be at the center of all this, it's sending shockwaves through the world of music, television, and beyond. Because Diddy isn't just a music mogul, he's a cultural titan, a man who built an empire that touched every corner of pop culture. To see his name tied to allegations like these feels unthinkable to some, but to others, it feels like long overdue truth coming to light. Meanwhile, Diddy's legal team is doing everything they can to push back. They've slammed the tapes as misleading, claiming the recordings are taken out of context or even fabricated. But when your own lawyer walks out of court after hearing them, it's a tough sell. Adding fuel to the fire are past lawsuits, accusations from former artists, and comparisons to some of the biggest legal takedowns in entertainment history. Analysts are already comparing this unfolding case to the downfalls of figures like Harvey Weinstein and R. Kelly, two industry giants whose actions were exposed after years of silence. If Diddy falls, it won't just be about him. It will tear down an entire network of protection, silence, and cover-ups that allowed powerful people to operate unchecked for decades. And the stakes? They've never been higher. Because behind the scenes, major labels, management companies, and media conglomerates are all bracing for impact. If the Aaron Carter tapes spark more investigations, if more victims come forward, the fallout could be catastrophic. Already, there's chatter that Diddy's empire is starting to crack. Brand deals are being reevaluated. Media partnerships are going cold. Some former associates are rumored to be distancing themselves, quietly preparing for the worst. And while Diddy's team insists he'll fight the allegations to the bitter end, the reality is that in the court of public opinion, he's already losing. Fans who grew up on Aaron's music, who watched him dance across stages and smile through the pain, aren't forgetting. They're demanding justice. Not just for Aaron, but for every young artist who was ever told to sit down, be quiet, and sign on the dotted line without understanding the price. And as the case drags on, the entertainment industry is being forced to take a long, uncomfortable look in the mirror. Because if this could happen to Aaron Carter, a global star with millions of fans, what chance does a struggling new artist have? This moment, messy, painful, explosive, could be the start of real change. Or it could be yet another story the industry sweeps under the rug once the headlines fade. Only time will tell. But one thing's for sure, Aaron Carter's voice, captured forever on those tapes, is louder now than it ever was in life. And no matter how powerful Diddy is, no matter how many lawyers he hires or deals he strikes, he can't silence it anymore. The truth is coming out, and there's nowhere left to hide. No